with the northern elders, suggesting that the PDP retains the formula of 2017, which basically is keeping the leadership of the party in the south and the leadership of the country in the north. Despite the clamor,
you see that
despite the southern governors and the PDP governors,
you see that I grunted basically because for me personally, it has to be merit, irrespective of where you come from.
Exactly.
No doubt, absolutely no doubt about that. And the more we move in that direction, the better. However, I have asked Kenny to go to the market. I'm giving her some money to go so that we can just do a little party, invite a few friends to come and join us at banquet. And she has gone, she came back and came to tell me the story that the money I gave her is not enough. Okay, she was able to now articulate, so all right, bring back my money now. I said, what about the money I used for transporting and all that? Would she be wrong to be asking that question? No, really. Well, it's also a fact of the fact that she has not met my expectations. So when you didn't get what I asked you to go buy, why didn't you buy sugarcane and all that kind of thing? I'm just using that
analogy
as a kind of parody to say that irrespective of how you want to look at an issue, there will always be the other side.
Definitely.
I started with a premise that what I want is anybody that's a Nigerian, man, woman, irrespective of creed, irrespective of class, irrespective of where your tribe and affiliation, if you can come in and deliver. However, I also recognize, like I've sent Kenny, that might be an utopia. I must get myself ready for Kenny. She hardly will do that anyway. She will not come back and then she will leave all of us hungry. But she's come with circumstance and we have to listen to some of the things she's saying. So next time, we now need to prepare a little bit, much better. There is division in the land. Nigeria has never been cohesive. We have been many nations under the sun, wielded together in 1914 by a constitution presently that is patently flawed. We have people at the helm of affairs today, more than any in the history of Nigeria, who have divided us perceptibly in the way they have governed, the way they are governing, and in the kind of vision that they envisage. Everybody, virtually everybody feels marginalized. That word is not coming for the first time. It has always been there. But we had rulers, not leaders. We had rulers in the past who were able to proper it together, The block is falling, do it a little bit together, and then we can then move a little bit of an inch. But in this present situation, we are in a quagmire. This set of rulers have put us in a place where, as I speak, whether at the United Nations, whether locally, whether it's optimally speaking, we are more divided than any time, any day. I don't even have a problem of that political division. We are divided in what economists will call koro. Kenny came back. Am I going to now kill her? She didn't come with anything. Nigeria is now in a situation where we don't have anything. Economically speaking, we are down. Physical federalism is staring everybody in the face, and everybody is now saying to yourself, "Oh, Israel," even when we know that the means of getting there is still flawed in a way. So everybody is now just kind of divided. That is not going to be the time that Kenny will now then come back and she'll be smiling. She didn't bring money. She didn't bring food. She didn't bring money, and then she now got to the house and then she's
smiling.
And she's smiling. I said, "Why are you not smiling now? Is that the time for me to smile?" Irrespective of what you went through, let's face the reality. The reality is that certain segments of this country feel alienated and they want to go on their way. They want a referendum. How we are going to get there will be another topic entirely. That is not the time that PDP, as one of the prime parties, and APC, the other party ruling now, who are now saying, yeah, we didn't have any gentleman agreement that we should shift.
How?
It is a recipe for anarchy. When King Solomon got the two women
With the baby.
with a baby, and they said, oh no, this is my baby. The person that is lying knew she was lying. The person that had the baby knew whatever it is. How are you going to do this? He
It's like
applied
the baby to
something.
two.
He applied something that is called wisdom. He said, okay, you know what? The two of you are claiming. Let me slide.
The baby into two.
And then the mother of the child said, rather than slice this,
Give her the child.
the other one, they said, yeah, that's the way to go. We must apply that kind of wisdom here. And if we don't have people with wisdom, and women have been known, and I say this with all sense of responsibility. I'm not putting my male gender down. No. Any male that can really think deep with emotional intelligence will agree with me. Women, not all women, but women have been known to be the pillar at the end of the day that stands for the family when all else fails. They have a way, I don't know how they use that wisdom, including sacrificing. Just make sure that things continue to be.
To go.
What are they doing? It's part of application of wisdom. Where you don't have something and you are able to creatively put some things together, including selling certain things, because you don't want your children to be without food. Those are the kind of people that I think we need to help us pilot our affairs, not people who are deaf, who are dumb, and who are not going to listen. We must understand the fact that, I know Tunisi, you say you want to cause trouble by asking that question, but I will help you go down that trouble way. It looks to me, based on mine, that to go the route that PDP is asking for is most likely two things will happen. Lose the election. Secondly, if they are not going to lose the elections square and fair, there will be so much confusion and a lot of bloodshed in the country. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Only those who can listen and hear. Not just PDP, APC, and every other person. We must have equal representation. I have said it, and I will keep on saying it again. I am a full-fledged, born Yoruba man. I will look for a prominent, obeying, well-articulated, well-visionary from the southeast and support him for the presidency of Nigeria. When it has gone through all that, I know some people will now then say, yes, is it Igbo Yoruba? And